Born in Ehime, Japan in 1954, Kancho Ninomiya started training in karate at age 15. In 1974, he moved to the United States, where he trained and taught in New York. 3 years later, he moved to Denver, Colorado. In 1973, he placed 6th in Masayama's All-Japan Karate Tournament. In 1975, he placed 3rd in the first World Tournament in Tokyo, and a year later took 2nd place in the All-Japan. In 1978, Ninomiya won the All-Japan Tournament, and commentators described his creative fighting style as a blend of finesse and strength. Crowds affectionately nicknamed him the Prince of Karate and Karate Genius. In spite of the accolades, Kancho Ninomiya retired from competition, but continued to train hard, putting all of his effort into karate. In 1988, he created his own style of karate and founded the International Enshin Karate Kaikan. He continues to teach daily at his dojo in Denver and travels the world visiting Enshin branches and conducting seminars. Kancho Ninomiya developed Enshin Karate's unique fighting strategy based on years of tournament competition and real-life encounters on the street. Enshin's circular strategy uses an opponent's power against him to take him off balance and create a strong blind spot position. With headquarters in Denver, Colorado, Enshin Karate's close-knit organization has 100 branches throughout the world. Ninomiya's Sabaki Challenge, the World Open Full Contact Karate Championship, is held each year in Denver. Since 1989, it has grown into one of the largest and most respected martial arts events in the U.S., allowing fighters of all styles to test their technique and spirit.
子供、女性、男性、さまざまな人々がですね、いろんな国で空手を愛し、練習に励んでいます。言葉や人種が違っていてもですね、遠心空手を通して心が通じ合える素晴らしい空手です。体力、技、そして、精神をさらに鍛え、努力精進していってほしいと思います。
道場行儀一つ、礼節をもって元の戻り出し、人格の完成に努めること。不当不屈の精神をもって精進し、オスの心を寛容すること。一つ、裁きをもって遠心からでの義をとし、日々の研鑽を怠らざること。一つ、我をもって門下の学びの姿とし、互いの上達を心がけること。一つ、文武二道をもって万般に通じ、自己の向上を志すこと。一つ、空手をもって人生を正し、心を常に遠心の道を離れざること。
ですから、もう一度、ここで上段、はい、ここで中段、中段から始めますから、中段の回し蹴り、今度上段の回し蹴り、ここで引きます。 さっきと同じよね。で中段の回し蹴りからこの上段の回し蹴り。顔面ガードするよ、ちゃんと。中段、上段、中段、上段、よしよ。できるだけこの近くまでこの足を前蹴りのように見せます。全部出さないでね。こう蹴らない最初。蹴る寸前まで持ってきます。ここからぐっと回して足を回しながら軸足をひねってそのまま回し蹴りです。で蹴ったらそのまま帰ってきます。それで中段の前蹴り帰ってでここも同じこう前まで持ってきてここから変えて次前蹴りいきます。ですかここからまっすぐパーンと回し蹴りじゃなしに前フェイクして次ここでフェイクして次の前蹴りを持っていきます。Support contact. Yeah, change. That's it.
Today, more than ever, the world needs the martial arts. As they grow older, children need to learn to cope with problems in the world. Through martial arts, they can learn respect for themselves and others. It is very important to teach this at a young age. Many parents ask for help with their children. In Enshin Karate, everyone learns karate techniques and basic human courtesy. If you teach karate the right way, you show your students how to live a good life.
Let's look first at Enshin Karate's skipping technique. When you block or parry, don't stay in the same spot and block. Instead, block as you skip. Let the rhythm of your movement carry you into Sabaki technique. There are two main movements, to the front and to the back. One is moving back while parrying, the other is moving in while parrying.
まずはですね、左の前蹴りがこれを来た時には、あと下がりながら
Against a front kick, skip back as you parry, then go to the blind spot. From there, you can use your momentum to counterattack with low kicks or high kicks. Against a front kick, skip back as you parry, then go to the blind spot. From there, you can use your momentum to counterattack with low kicks, high kicks, or even spinning back kicks. First skip forward, then step back. One more time to the front. Now skip back and parry. On the first set, practice the parry by itself. Later you can add kicks and other attacks. Make sure that when you skip back and parry, you move to the side at a 45-degree angle.
2回目の時に45度後ろに下がって下段曲げです。はい、構えて。
After you parry, add a low kick and a high kick. Here's the same skipping technique against a right front kick. You could move straight back, but if you open up to the side, it's easier to take the blind spot and counterattack. Practice first with the parry alone. Later, you can add your counterattack.
相手の足はしっかり流すこと。そうすると、ブラインドスポットから相手をすぐに攻撃に出ると。そういう感じですね。だからステップを使って前に出て下がるときに相手が蹴ってきたそれをこう横に出ながら
Skip back and pivot open the front foot at 45 degrees as you parry away. Come back to fighting stance as you skip in. Work your way across the floor.
最初始めたところがここであれば最後に来るのは逆の方向に来ます。それではですね、はい、よし。ここからですね、右の前蹴で来ます。その時はですね、まっすぐ後ろに下がらないで、できるだけ相手の近くに入る。
Here's the right front kick. Use a right lower parry as you open your front foot. This way you can move outside, take the blind spot and counterattack. First, only skip back and parry. Imagine that you're responding to this one person, but more people are coming. Continue moving back and to the side. After you move back, get ready to parry again. Complete the circular movement of the parrying hand. The backhand protects your face. Follow your parry with low and high roundhouse kicks. To give ground against a driving attack, we learn to skip back and parry against the front kick. Now let's practice closing distance by skipping forward and parrying the underpunch or back kick.
後ろ蹴り。その時には後ろに下がらないで出ながら前に出ながら受けます。はい、この場合ですね。
Against short distance techniques like an underpunch, you don't want to move back and give up your chance to counterattack. Instead, skip forward using a lower parry and follow up with punches or low kicks. Stay in rhythm and use your momentum to continue your attack.
それとですね、足を後ろ蹴り
Against a back kick, you lose your chance to counterattack if you skip back and parry. Look for the shoulder turn and move to the opponent's blind spot.
後ろに出ながら相手のブラインドスポットを
Counter with a kick. Take control by hooking the neck. Follow up with a knee kick and front rolling throw.
回して倒すということができます。
First, let's practice just moving to the side.
その時に出ながら受けます。ね、で帰ってきます。はい、最後のところに最初後ろに下がってね。はい、いきます。はい、よし。イエイイエイ。下がって、下がって。
Skip back, then parry as you move forward into the blind spot. Grab the arm, hook the neck, pull around into a knee kick, and forward rolling throw.
そのままステップに持っていって、巻き込み巻き込み下がって下がってはい、それではですね、最後のステップはですね、相手が右の下突きとか、左の後ろ蹴りが
Against a right underpunch or left back kick, use a lower parry while moving forward to your opponent's blind spot.
出ながらこういうきます。ですから、それでですね、構えて、接近戦、クロスファイトですね。
At close distance against a right underpunch, create the blind spot by moving forward and to the side as you parry. Don't move back and parry.
につながらないので、ここに出ながら払います。で、次の攻撃につなげていきます。もうこの次の攻撃は無限です。
Now you're in a position to counterattack with punches, low kicks, two-handed grab, knee kicks, roundhouse kicks, an endless variety of techniques.
いくらでもできます。ですから、それともう一つはですね、右の後ろ蹴り。後ろ蹴りが
Once more,
同じように
against a right back kick, skip forward while parrying. Take the blind spot and counterattack.
に移ればいいです。最初下がってね。
First skip back, then skip forward as you lower parry.
出る。下がって。受けた後、そのまま引き回し。
Grab the sleeve, hook the neck. Take him off balance and finish off with a knee kick and forward rolling throw.
はい、構えて。はい、構えて。後ろ下がります。はい、よし。はい、投げ。
When hooking the neck with a two-handed grab, hikimawashi, don't just step out and grab. Use the knife edge of your hand to push away the opponent's lead arm as you step to the blind spot. If your opponent is bigger, it may be hard to take him off balance with a one-handed grab. Use your other hand to hook the neck. Once he's off balance, release the hooking hand. Open your stance and follow up with a roundhouse kick, mawashigiri. If you want to use a roundhouse kick, you have to release the hooking hand or you'll be too close. Make sure to open your stance and make distance for the roundhouse kick. Grab the arm, step out. Then after you kick, you have a chance to sweep from behind. After you pull around your opponent in roundhouse kick, you can follow up with a foot sweep from behind. As your high kick takes his attention upward, follow immediately with the foot sweep down low. If your opponent turns to face you after the kick, you're not in position to use the foot sweep. In that case, go to a back throw. Remember, your takedown technique always depends on position and distance. Be sure to apply the foot sweep at a 45-degree angle outward while pulling back and down on the upper body. This creates a scissors effect that takes the opponent off balance. If we grab with one hand from the blind spot position but our opponent turns to square up and continue fighting, we're in no position to use a roundhouse kick. We have to again create the blind spot position. Once more, step to the blind spot and pull the opponent around. If it still doesn't work, you may need to break down his stance and get him off balance. Try an inside thigh kick and front throw, a motenage. Remember, if the first technique doesn't work, don't give up. Go on to your next choice right away. Here, the opponent resists each technique, including the inside thigh kick. When he leans backwards, take him down with a back throw. Stay one step ahead and sense the direction of your opponent's momentum. If he resists by pulling backwards, take him into the back throw. If his head drives forward, throw him to the front.
In karate, techniques change from one generation to the next, but the spirit stays the same. As teachers, it is our responsibility to pass on what we have learned from those who came before us.
In Enshin Karate, we control the opponent from the blind spot position with either the one-handed or two-handed grab, hikikazushi or hikimawashi. In a fighting situation, you may switch between these two techniques. Let's look at the one-handed grab, hikikazushi. Before moving to your opponent's blind spot, push aside his front arm. Step to the blind spot and grab the sleeve. Pull down at a 45-degree angle while swinging open your back foot. From this position, you can follow up with a middle or high roundhouse kick. Remember, if you step to your right, you grab with your right hand. If you step to your left, you grab with the left hand. The two-handed grab, hikimawashi, starts the same way as the one-handed grab. Push aside the opponent's lead arm, step to the blind spot, grab the sleeve, and hook the neck from behind. Pull down the head as you swing out your back foot. If your opponent is bigger than you, a one-handed grab may not be enough to do the job. In that case, grab with two hands, hikimawashi, and pull around until he goes off balance. Let go with the hooking hand, open up, and follow with a high roundhouse kick. This time you move to the blind spot and use the one-handed grab to pull your opponent off balance. But your opponent turns to square up against you. Re-establish the advantage by once again moving to the blind spot. This time, take control with a two-handed grab, hikimawashi, and take him off balance. Now let's take a look at ways to escape the one- and two-handed grab. First, we'll escape from the one-handed grab, hikikazushi. When your opponent grabs your sleeve, grab back immediately to neutralize his advantage. He will try to move to your blind spot as he takes control, so when you grab back, make sure you turn, squaring up to face your opponent as you do so. Say you attack with a low kick. Your opponent blocks and grabs your sleeves as he moves to your blind spot. If you stay in this position, he'll pull you off balance and follow up with a roundhouse kick. If you square up and grab back from the inside of his arm, he still maintains better leverage and controls you from a position of strength. Instead, swing your arm under your opponent's, grabbing his sleeve from the outside. Here it is one more time. He blocks the kick, moves to the blind spot and grabs. Swing your arm under and grab from the outside. Remember, if your opponent grabs from your blind spot, he's in a position to take you down or sweep you. Always step in and turn to face him.
ローキック、相手が出てきて、スーッと詰まったら、掴み返して正面同士です。 同じようにローキックします。そして
Here's another escape from a one-handed grab. Again, you attack with a low kick, but your opponent blocks, moves to the blind spot, and grabs your sleeve. Square up with an underpunch and add a low roundhouse kick. As you retract the kicking leg, use the circular momentum to swing your free arm across your body and break the opponent's grasp. This is a striking action with the forearm. Let your momentum carry you into a spinning back kick or straight back kick. Now let's look at a sabaki escape from the two-handed grab, hikimawashi. As your opponent pulls you around with two hands, don't resist. Instead, as he draws your head down, duck through, grab back, or counterattack immediately with an underpunch or inside thigh kick.
まだまだ蹴り、どんな蹴りでもいいですけど、相手がですね、それを受けて、両手、引き回しできますから。
Here your opponent blocks your attack and moves to the blind spot with a two-handed grab. Square up, duck through, and grab back. From here you can go into a back throw, or maybe a punch, or even an over-the-shoulder throw. Another counterattack after ducking through is to turn your opponent while trapping his supporting leg. If you duck through and try to move outside but he resists, reverse direction by stepping across your opponent's body. Pull down and forward on his grabbing arm as your other hand pushes up against his opposite chest or shoulder. As you rotate his upper body at a downward angle, trap his supporting leg by setting your foot against his ankle. This technique is called Suri Kominage. Here are some variations on Suri Kominage. Against a punching combination, you block, grab the sleeve, and move to the opponent's blind spot. He grabs back, trying to push you away. Reverse direction, pulling him off balance as you trap the supporting leg. Here your opponent grabs back and you apply Suri Kominage, but he skips over your trapping foot. Swing your foot behind his supporting leg and drive him into a back throw using Tai Otoshi.
に持っていきます。はい、それではね、もう一度、パンチ、出ます。押してくる。
Against the low roundhouse kick, your opponent blocks and grabs your sleeve while punching to the body. You block the punch and he moves to your blind spot and sets up a high roundhouse kick. Use Suri Kominage to take him down. At the kick's highest point, your opponent's balance is weakest.
ローキック、掴んで受けて相手が蹴ってきたそこへ、はい、はい、ローキックで受けて、はい、相手がこれで切り込みなんです。
Here's a variation of Suri Kominage against the front kick. Parry the front kick and grab your opponent's pant leg. With your free hand, grab the front of his gi. As you spin his upper body, trap the supporting foot and take him down. Against the front kick or back kick, use a lower parry and grab the pant leg with the same hand. As you lift the opponent's kicking leg, hook the front of his supporting knee and take him down. Jikuashi Gake. Let's take another look. Against the front kick, move to the side as you parry the kick and grab the opponent's pant leg. Don't grab too close to his body or you'll lose leverage. Try to grab the lower part of the leg while pushing from behind. Now you're ready to hook their supporting leg. But if you hook too low on the leg, it's easy for them to escape. That's why you should try to hook above the knee and take them down. This time, you parry the front kick and try to grab your opponent's kicking leg, but lose your grip. Follow up by grabbing the opponent's front arm and pushing back on his upper body. As you force his weight to the back foot, use your lead foot to hook his front leg and scoop it up while grabbing the pant leg. If you find yourself too far away, you may need to sidestep to a closer position. Then hook the supporting leg and take him down. Let's take a look one more time. Now let's look at sabaki techniques against the low kick. Against the inside thigh kick, use a skipping movement to swing your leg out of range as you counter with a low kick to the attacker's kicking leg. Once you have turned your attacker, grab his inside shoulder with both hands as you pull down and sweep his supporting leg. Be sure to direct your sweep from the inside out at a 45-degree angle as you pull the shoulder backwards and down. Against a low roundhouse kick to the inside of your front thigh, pull your front leg out of range. With your opponent's weight on his back foot, move in deeply and sweep his supporting foot.
We all experience pain and suffering in our lives. I believe that suffering is not always bad for you. Being comfortable is not always the best thing. Challenges can make you stronger and pleasure can be a distraction. It can take away from what's important in life. I think people sometimes lose out by pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain. Even if you are unhappy or uncomfortable, you still have to focus on your goal.
Practicing sabaki combinations with arm guards develops concentration and good technique. You can sharpen your response to all kinds of attacks, low, middle, and high. Even though you are using control, Fully extend your punches and kicks and carry through as if you were making full contact.
今日は説明をします。はい。自分の方からアタックして左ストレート、右ストレートを行いますが。
First, practice attacking with punches and defending your opponent's double punch counterattack. Attack with two punches. When your opponent counters, parry the double punch and move to the blind spot and take control.
いい人ね。 次は下段回し切りに対しての攻防を練習いたします。
This time you attack with a double punch, and your partner counters with a low roundhouse kick. Block, move to the blind spot, and counterattack.
様々にさばいていきます。今度は上段回し切りに対してのさばきの攻防を。
This time your opponent answers a punching attack with a high roundhouse kick. Watch his upper body to tip you off as to what attack is coming. Parry the counterattack and use sabaki to regain control. In this last sequence, your opponent answers your punching attack with a low, middle, or high roundhouse kick. Parry and counterattack. Use sabaki techniques to take them off balance and set up the sweep or throw.
どこの世界でも魂という言葉が用いられますが、私が思うにはですね、魂とはこの人間の肉体に宿った植物のこの種みたいなようなものだと考えます。私たちこの空手を志す者はですね、修練によって肉体の土を耕してこの汗の雨をですね十分に降らさなければこの魂というですね種は育ちません。また途中でですねこの作業を投げ出せば直ちに枯れてしまうわけです。 魂とはですね、このように肉体の修練によって、現実に直面してですね、育っていくものだと私は思います。私たちは理想や夢を追いますが、日常現実の生活を離れてはそれは達成できないように、武士道精神と口で力んで空想をしてみてもですね、肉体の修練を離れた精神はありません。それではですね、これから遠心会館の型について、説明いたします。今回はですね、
Katas are solo workouts that build technique, footwork, timing, and balance. The brown belt kata emphasizes Sabaki's strategy against combination attacks coming from short, middle, and long distance, and uses all 4 basic
4
positions.
つのポジションを使ってさばくようになっています。型はですね、
From fighting stance, you face each attack with a block or parry, then counterattack from the blind spot position to take your opponent off
し
balance.
てさばくようになっています。はい、おー。
At the ready command, cross your arms and settle your weight into ready position. 1. Cross your arms in front of the face, step back onto the ball of the left foot, and pivot 90 degrees into fighting stance. 2. Against a left front kick and right back kick combination, kyushu back as you parry away the front kick. Move to number 1 position as you parry the back kick. Counterattack with a high roundhouse kick. When your opponent pushes back the kicking leg, answer with a driving knee kick. Three. Against a right high roundhouse kick, side kyushu out of the impact zone as you counter with a right underpunch. Move to the blind spot at the number 1 position while taking control of the upper body with a 2-handed grab. Follow up with a right knee kick and elbow strike to the back of the head. Four. Same as number 2, but from the other side. Parry the front kick, back kick combination as you kyushu back into the right to position 4. Counterattack with a low and high roundhouse kick. When they push back the roundhouse kick, follow up with a driving knee kick. Five. Against the left high roundhouse kick, side kyushu 90 degrees out of the impact zone with an underpunch. Reverse to the number 2 position with a 2-handed grab. Follow up with a knee kick and elbow strike to the back of the head. Six. Against a right middle roundhouse kick followed by a driving punch, use a stopping technique as you move back and outside to position 3. Parry away the punching hand and counterattack with a high roundhouse kick. When your opponent drives back the kick, reverse momentum into a spinning back kick.
7は左の中段回しが
7.
ストレートパンチが来ます。
Against a left middle roundhouse kick and driving punch, use a foot stop and open the body as you withdraw to position number 4. Parry the attacker's punching hand and counterattack with a left high roundhouse kick. When your opponent drives back the kick, use his momentum to follow up with a spinning back kick.
後ろ回し、相手は逃げた。これをですね、あんまり後ろまで引かないで、半分まで持ってきます。
And a driving left high roundhouse kick.
出しながら上段の回しに持っていきます。8はですね、内ももに入れます。
8. Against an inside thigh kick, pull your left leg out of range as you kick through with your right.
右でローキックです。ね、引いてから蹴っては遅いんで、引きながらポジティブ。
After turning his body, grab the back of the shoulder with both hands, sweep the supporting leg, and turn 180 degrees.
9はですね、外側
9.
同じようにこの
Against the outside low kick, retract the left leg out of range and swing it back into a low kick counterattack, which turns the attacker.
前足を蹴ります。そして後ろの肩を掴んで
With a two-handed grab, pull back on the shoulder and sweep his supporting leg.
崩れない。
Open your sweeping leg.
この上段の
10. Finish off with a roundhouse kick.
倒します。練習の方はですね、実践を、想定してこう作っています。だからですね、一つ一つのさばきですね、それを理解して、練習してもらいたいと思います。勝負の歌、よー、イエス。これから、サンドバッグを使ってですね、実際のパンチ、蹴りが来たと
When
仮定
training
し
with the
て、
heavy
さ
bag,
ばきに
always picture a real opponent.
バッグはです
The
ね、
heavy bag is not just a target to punch and kick. Picture an opponent with real kicks and punches coming at you, and respond with sabaki techniques.
使ってもらいたいと思います。それでは相手だとね、向かい合って、いつもですね、
Today we will practice from both
右
sides.
があれば今度左があります。
Imagine you attack with a left-right punch combination. Your opponent blocks both punches and moves to your blind spot with a two-handed grab. Duck under, grab back, and counterattack with a left body punch. As you try to hook his neck, your opponent resists backwards. Switch to a back throw and finish off with a punch. Now let's try it from the other side.
左、右が下で下を落としてあげるパンチから相手が来た、それを裏投げで決めます。実際にね、足をしっかりと引っ掛けるようにね。
When practicing the back throw on the heavy bag, make sure to hook the bag with the back of your heel. Here's Jikuashi Gake against the heavy bag. Start with a left-right punch followed by a right roundhouse kick. Picture your opponent blocking all three and counterattacking with the right front kick. Parry the front kick as you grab the pant leg of the kicking leg and pull it past you. With your free hand, grab the shoulder from behind and hook the supporting leg as you take him down. Finish off with a punch. Here it is from the opposite side with the right foot forward. Attack with a double punch and roundhouse kick. Picture the opponent's block and counter with a front kick. With the front hand, parry away the kick and grab the pant leg. The free hand grabs the back of his shoulder. Hook the supporting leg and take him down, finishing off with a punch. Attack with a strong 1-2 punch and middle roundhouse kick. Your opponent counters with a right front kick. Parry and grab, hook the leg, take down, and finish off.
Touch back. Outside.
Here's a combination against a low roundhouse kick. Shin block, grab and step outside. Your opponent grabs back and squares up. So counter with a right body punch and left low kick. Reverse your kicking leg, use momentum to swing your free arm across your body and break the opponent's grasp. Continue into a spinning back kick. Here's the same technique from the opposite side. Crossover shin block, move outside and grab. As your opponent squares up, follow with a left body punch and right low kick. Reverse momentum, knock away the hand, and finish off with a spinning back kick.
Karate is what I love doing. It is my life's work. When young people ask me what they should do with their lives, I tell them to find what they like and do that for a living. I think that is the best way. If you have decided on your path, even through hard times, you won't regret trying. Even if you make mistakes, it's better than doing nothing. If you decided what you like, you bring passion to your work, continuously putting effort into what you love. That is what I consider talent.
ワンツーパンチで同じように上段回し蹴り。よし。でもこっちはもう下がりながらな。下がります。よし。こっちは引っ張ってきます。よし。これできるだけ前に進んでいく。よし。持ってくら色がいく。前蹴りをこれ目の受けによし上来ますはいこれではいよはいそれ
In the tournament, there is only one champion. But in life, anyone can be a winner if they try. Your biggest opponent is inside you. Fight for what you believe in and never give up. If you decide on your path, Follow it
自分
straight
自身の
to
人
the
生の
end.
困難と戦って負けないこ
Don't
と、
look left
自
or
分の決め
right.
た道をまっ
Just
すぐに
keep going
力強く生きること、それがですね、
That is
一番
how
大
you
事だと思い
reach
ま
your
す。
goal.
一
A
生
true
涯を貫
champion
く
never
真の
gives up.
勝者とはですね、決してくじけないもののことではないでしょうか。